Hey guys, it's your girl Victoria, back to you with another review of Love and Hip Hop Miami Season 4, Episode 11, called Indecent Proposal. So we pick up where we left off with last week. We got Princess crying about, her being heard that females don't have a platform or a space, who are the mothers of black children, half black children, regardless if the mother is Spanish or Filipino, in Princess Sin. So she crying. Shayla, like I said, Sheila, sorry, was looking at her like, girl, you serious right now? And they're kind of looking at her like, okay. And she goes into the whole spiel of she's hurt because her mom side of the family never really accepted her. Guess it's a little story that I guess they told her because she's black, she can't go to Disney World, Disneyland, or wherever she went to. So literally, they left her because she was black, and she said she really thought for a good minute that she couldn't go to Disney World or land because she was black. And I'm just like, your mama family ain't shit, and your mama ain't shit for allowing her family to treat you like shit, even though technically that's their blood. Because if anything, if they would have felt some type of way, they should be feeling some type of way about your mama because she done slept with a black man. Is that right? No. But at the same time, it's like you're a freaking innocent child, right? And so if that's, true what she's done said about what happened with her in her childhood and her Filipino side of the family treating her like shit because she half black, then your Filipino side of the family ain't shit. But wasn't they there at the wedding, you and Ray J wedding? So are you guys, is that squash or it doesn't even matter at this point because she going left field with the whole situation, and I'm just like, girl, like, even Sheila was like, this is not the only space, but for this specific retreat, this is what's gonna be. And Sheila stuck to her grounds, and I'm just kind of not confused, but kind of like, are you serious with Princess? Because not even Neri is making this big of a deal. Of course, she brought Sheila to talk about the whole situation, but at the end of the day, even Neri's not going as hard as Princess is. So, like I suggested last week, why don't you create that space for mothers like your own, Princess, and let Sheila do what she can with us black females, okay? Like she said, that's not her only thing that she does just for black females. Okay, she probably has other stuff going on, but you're not even trying to hear none of that because you feel like, oh, why can't mothers of black women or kids be included? You know what? It is what it is. Sheila said, y'all, Neri can't come. If you ain't black, if you don't identify as black, you can't come. End of story. Okay, it's not even gonna be for you. So what? All right. Sorry, Neri. You can't go. I like Neri. She seemed nice and everything, but sorry, you can't go. You can't come to the party. Sheila was like, this is some negative energy. I ain't trying to deal with all this. I'm gonna head on out. And that's exactly what she did. Sheila done head on out. She was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do this because you're, the narrative you guys are running with, this is not even what this is about. I shouldn't have to continue to explain myself. And like I said, from the first explanation she gave when she initially told Neri about the retreat, it sounded perfectly fine and perfectly understandable to me. And I feel like if someone of who doesn't identify as black was to explain something like this to me and saying, oh, just for Hispanic females to have a space, I'll just be like, you know what? I completely understand. What I would have liked to be there. I mean, it depends. I don't know, because I don't like to go to places like that sometimes. But it depends. If I wanted to, I would just be like, the non-Hispanic women go there, and if she were to explain, in the past they did, but Hispanics just want something for them, I'm like, then that's somewhere I don't even need to be then. If they don't even want me there, why am I going to want to go there? You know what I'm saying? So I'll just be like, oh man, it seems like something that would be good and educational, but at the same time, I can understand. It's about to be 5 minutes. I've already been talking about this for 5 minutes. Okay, we're gonna move on. Sukihana, she's sitting down with her friend Tina. I guess Tina is the girl that introduced her to Kill Bill, and I guess we're celebrating a little bit because Suki got her Instagram back, so that's cool. That's fine, whatever. My question though is, I mean, I see in the confessional Suki Suki's face does look a lot slimmer in the confessionals than it did, during her scenes throughout this whole season. But I'm just like, dang, your dimples in your confessional is very uh noticeable, if that makes sense. So I'm just like, is this a natural dimple or is this an enhanced dimple that you got through a procedure? I don't know. I'm not trying to say nothing, but I'm just like, because I was trying to see, like, okay, obviously her face is slimmer, so it looks like she lost weight. But I'm trying to look through the scenes, and I'm just like, even if you did lose weight, there would be some hint of a dimple, right? Am I wrong for? I don't know. I would feel like there would still be a little look of a dimple, even though she has a fuller face in the scenes. But it just looked like her dimples didn't really move in the confessional also. So I'm just like, maybe she got a little procedure to make it look like she got like a little dimple like this. I don't know. But anywho, they talk about Kill Bill, of course. And Tina telling Suki, Kill Bill misses her, whatever, and, you know, she did him wrong. Well, Kill Bill saying he misses her, but Suki did him wrong. And Suki's just like, I'm not none of these other hoes that stuff that he used to be dating and stuff. And Tina's just like, why you gotta be so hard on him though? She's defending Kill Bill. So I feel like Tina is more so on Kill Bill's side than Suki's side. But at the end of the day, Tina just wants them to get back together. Even mentions like, he's so good with you and the kids and stuff, and he loves the kids and stuff. And Suki agrees, so she doesn't really say what she gonna do about it, but Tina's, trying to put that little bug in her ear, like, okay, you gonna need to get back with Kill Bill. Moving on to Flo. Go sees her sister Gael at Gael's restaurant, so I guess Gael got her own restaurant too. Obviously not as successful or as big as Flo's restaurant, but hey, she got her own little shindig, so that's cool, whatever. Flo went there in the first place because she wants to make amends with both her sisters, Gael and Joyce. So I guess she has them all sit down outside. I see a lot of the scenes with Flo and her peoples and, her family and all that stuff usually take place outside. And I'm wondering to myself, is this because of she doesn't want nothing to be messed up inside the establishments that they have, or is just outside a better place to have these arguments and scenes? I don't know. But anywho, she tells them what happened between her and Marlon, how she hit him and all that stuff. They do a little recap and all that, whatever. And Gael's just like, fuck Marlon. But, she gonna set up a meeting with, her as Gael, her sister Flo, Marlon's trifling ass, and the girl he cheated with, Debbie. He's like, but we ain't gonna talk about it no more. We're gonna move on. So Flo is like, yeah, let's move on. So she asks Gael how she's doing. She's like, I know you've been going through a lot. So then Gael's like, yeah, I've been going through a lot. So then that's when she lets us know that her 22-year-old son, I think she said his name is Mike, got stabbed in prison. I believe from what she said, he got arrested or something because of a robbery, and he violated his probation, so that's why he gets sent to prison. So he got stabbed in prison. Now, I'm just like, they were showing the pictures. I'm like, okay, Gael, you looking cute or whatever. I mean, listen, I see why you got a kid and stuff. Like, she looking cute. Listen, sometimes I'm looking at Gael and I'm just like, no. But, other times and other scenes, especially the pictures, I'm like, oh, okay, Gael, you ain't, girl, all right, you looking good too. But anyway, the part that got me was just, as she was explaining this, I'm not saying this is not a sad scene. I'm not saying the situation isn't, worth to be crying over or upset about or concerned about, because, she's concerned about her son. And I don't know if that's her only son or her oldest son. I don't know what the situation is. She just said my 22-year-old son. So, whatever. But she literally goes to explain. She's like, I don't know what's going on with him and da-da-da-da. And I'm literally goes like this. I'm just like, girl, is this how you really cry? Because sometimes I just feel like you guys are really trying to show out for these cameras, because I don't believe it, because I'm like, where the tears at? Flo gave her a napkin, whatever, but I didn't see no tears. Like, eventually I seen, like, probably a little moistness on the upper lip, But I'm just like, what a tea is that? Y'all didn't see no tears. Flo let out, one little drop of a tear, and the other sister Joyce, her face did get red, like the type of flush that your face gets when you're about to cry if you're lighter skin. Um, so her face kind of looked flushed, so she looked like she was really about to cry too. She teared up and all that stuff. But I'm just like, Gael, though, where's yours? And that was a very dramatic type of cry. But I guess that's neither here nor there. But yeah, so Flo just wants to connect with her family, and she's been missing in action because she's so busy with Marlon and his trifling ass and what he done did in the past months ago. Let's not forget it's months ago. So she just wants to reconnect with her family. We move on to Trina and her family and them. So Joy blames herself for doing what she did to Trina, and she says she shouldn't have done something like that. And it's not Pastor Shirley's fault or whatever, Pastor Bentley's fault. There we go. Pastor Bentley's fault. And I'm just like, no, it's not all your fault, Joy, because Trina done acted out, because Trina's gonna be Trina, I guess. But, I couldn't deal with that every day. And then, Joy, Snoop, and Raymond, they're sitting outside, whatever, for breakfast the next morning, whatever. Then Bobby and Trina comes out and whatever. Because I guess Joy was about to say something that Raymond got planned. So I guess Joy is probably in on the fact that Raymond's going to propose to Trina next episode, the season finale. And so, anywho, in the middle of her about to say something about that, I guess, that's when Bobby and Trina come out or whatever. Then Bobby, listen, I said me and Bobby, in my head, we like this. He's like a good best friend of mine. In my head. But yeah, Bobby, you're being too messy with this. I thought we was growing and maturing to be better, but I guess we're not. He gonna be like, so Joy, did you apologize to Trina for what you did the other day? And then even the confessional was like, I don't know what Joy was thinking and stuff. Like, Bobby, listen, like you didn't, like you had any really good ideas, because it seems like this whole trip was really planned by Joy and not by you. So I don't know. Bobby, please. Even Joy was looking at him annoyed, like, Bobby, don't even start with this mess right now. So Trina, she just wants to move forward. She's like, yeah, that whole mishap, like, it ain't Pastor Bentley's fault. She ain't mad at Pastor Bentley, but they're just gonna agree to disagree. You know what, Trina? Fine. We know you hard-headed as fuck, so you gonna do what you got. All right, cool. What I don't care at this point. I already told you what I needed to tell you last week. So, okay, she wants to move on and move forward with the trip. That's what we're going to do. So that's what that's seen as we get to Kill Bill. He's working on his car with his brother, got his shirt off, good all out in the shit. And, he was talking to his brother about what he got going on with Suki and saying that he's been so invested in Suki that, he lost sight of himself. And it's not that he's upset with that, because he loves Suki and he would do anything for her, and he would probably still do anything for her right at this moment in time, even though she's not talking to him. But, he just kind of, lost himself in the whole mist. And, she's still not talking to him. I don't know if he's texting her or what the case is, if they're not texting each other. But they ain't talking right now. So he admits he's done some wrongs, but says that she saved him. And I guess she probably helped him get out of jail because he was in prison. He's like, now he's out. Obviously, he got the ankle bracelet on. But at least he's still a free man. He can still go about his business, go do whatever you got to do, I guess, whatever. So he professes his love to Suki, tells his brother all this. So the brother's just like, well, I'm not the person you really need to be telling. You probably should be telling Suki right now. But, he's kind of still 50-50 on what he wants to do, because he wants to feel respected or whatever or whatnot. I'm just like, listen, I don't even think you guys are still together present day. But, I guess at this moment in time, if that's how you feel, Bill, tell Suki, get back together, okay? Do your little, rich hood couple of, okay? What else can I say? I mean, they seem like a cute couple, like for them together, for them. So I'm just like, listen, if it makes you happy and it probably makes Suki happy, then by all means, do what you need to do, homeboy. Okay, we'll move on to Princess and Neri. They sit down for dinner. And I guess Neri lets us know that her and Nori are about to have a 10-year anniversary vow renewal thing, whatnot. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, that's cute, and everything, 10 years. But then Princess, she starts talking about something about her relationship, and I guess she been married for 5 years now with Ray J's ass, and I guess things are not the best. And I'm just like, well, when are things ever the best between you two, Princess? So she goes, Spain's a little something, something. I'm just like, okay, blah, blah, bullshit. I don't want to hear this. So Amara comes out, well, comes into, sit down with them for dinner. And Mary tells Amara what happened between the whole little sit down with Sheila. Amara's just like, it's whack that Sheila's discriminating against that. I'm like, oh my goodness. She didn't say that word for word. I'm just paraphrasing, but I'm just like, okay, you guys are really taking this further than it needs to be. I don't, this is just probably for show purposes, for the drama of it all. But I'm just like, realistically speaking, come on, guys. That's not, you guys are making it more than what it is. You guys making it more dramatic than it needs to be. Sheila already, pleaded her case. She didn't really need to plead her case, but she explained the situation. And the fact that you guys are not understanding shows your immaturity, if that's how you guys really feel. Now, if you guys just doing this for the drama of it all, for, the cameras and for the TV show, shout out to Amani Jackson. But if you guys just doing this for the TV show, then, I guess it creates conversations for people. But to me, I'm just like, this is stupid. So then Amara tells the girls about the fact that she feels bad because I guess she disregarded her mom's feelings when she brought her dad into the house. And now he's leaving to go back to the DR to check on his other family. And I'm just like, oh, so he got a whole nother family. He got like kids and stuff, Amara. So you got siblings. If that's the case, did you think he was gonna be with you forever? Like, you want him to do to the other kids what he did to you? No, he should probably just incorporate you in his life as well. But he can't abandon the other kids too. That's, I don't know. The wording she used was, to me, incorrect. But listen, the nigga ain't trying to stay with you and your mama for the rest of his life. Obviously, he better keep in contact and better come visit you from time to time. But at the end of the day, if he wants to go back to the DR, what's wrong with that? Now, we're going to get into it later about, her trifling ass daddy as well. But to me, I was like, he wants to go back to the DR. Okay, he's a grown-ass man. You're a grown-ass woman. What's the problem? All right, so then she tells them that she got pregnant, but then she had a miscarriage. And I guess she did tell Alan. She eventually did tell Alan about it. But he just told her, oh, he can't talk right now. He's busy. And I'm just like, yo, girl, because technically they didn't break up yet. Just told you she was pregnant with your child and had a miscarriage, and you gonna tell her can't talk right now, I'm busy. Now I don't know if Amara's being dramatic, because sometimes she could be dramatic with things. I don't know if he was like with a client or something and had to be like, sorry, I can't talk about this right now. So I don't know how exactly he said it. If he said it just like that, then he's trifling. Now if he said it in a way of like, okay, I'm with a client, I'm going to call you back, love, because this is something we need to talk, have time to talk about in depth, which I'm pretty sure he didn't. But listen, Amara, you should have known better. You should have known that was a dog ass nigga. Even Neri and Princess was just like, yeah, he ain't right for that. And I guess Amara was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. And I guess now she went with Neri and Princess telling her like, nah, that's not right. So now she's just like, maybe he's not the right guy for her. Amar, we could have told you that. From him, the way he reacted to you, telling him you going back to Miami, you didn't realize he was probably not the right guy for you then? Now you're starting to see that? Listen, I know you probably don't want to listen to nothing your mama got to say about him, but at the same time, she did bring up valid points. And I was with you for a little bit, Amara, in the beginning, when he sat down with her about, it's your life, you get to choose and to do whatever you want. And yes, you do get to do that since you're a grown-ass woman, but that doesn't mean do not take into consideration what your mother is saying. And you don't have these talks with yourself about, is Alan a good guy for you or not? You were just going to stick through it? I guess, girl, we gonna move on. Amara gets home, but it's a whole different time. It's not even from the dinner she gets home because her whole outfit and her hair is different. So she gets home from somewhere because she always going and leaving and coming back, and she sits down with her mom because I guess she finds her mom sitting down. She's like, oh, because her dad's about to go back to DR, so we thought, and she tells her mom like, hey, I want to do something as a family event before Danielle goes back to the DR. So the mom's just like, I want you to come see something. So she brings her to, I guess, wherever the flowers from Publix and the note that he left for her. And I guess he said something about like, I hope the time that I spent with you makes up for the time lost. And, I left and, I love you, blah, 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 stupid shit. And I'm just like, your little bit of time you spent with her is not going to make up for the decades of time that was lost, Mr. I don't know what his last name is. That doesn't make up for no such a time. Now, can it help build for a better bond between you or better future relationship between you two? Yes. If you continue to keep in contact and try to continue to work to be a father to her, but as far as what done happened, it's already done happened. You can't replace that. You can't fix that necessarily. You can only try to hope for a better future with her as a family, but you can't erase or make up for the time that you done lost. And she even said herself, that's probably why she would fuck niggas, right? Dating fuck niggas. Shay's brother and Alan. And other people too. So nah, nigga, no. So Amara gets sad, she cries and just like, he doesn't love me, does he? Then the Mama Anna defenses that, talking about, well, he just loves you in a different way. I'm like, no, he don't love her. Because you can't even give your daughter the decency of saying goodbye to her in person before you done dipped. Because he done dipped. You can't even say goodbye to her. She probably paid for your surgery and all that stuff for your health, nigga, and let you stay in her house. No matter how tacky the house looks. She allowed you to stay in the house. And probably pay for all your food and all that stuff. And Amara lets us know, he probably did it so he had a place to stay because, he didn't have nowhere to stay. So he probably just stayed because, for the pandemic because he had nowhere else to go. And I'm just like, you might be right, Amara. You know your daddy better than me. I just go based off what I see on the TV show. So you might be right, Amara, but your daddy ain't shit. Mama Anna, I know you trying to soften the blow for Amara by trying to say, oh, maybe he loves you in a different way. No, but you was going buck when he first came and all that stuff. So no, keep it real, keep it 100 with your daughter. Your baby daddy ain't shit. And as far as Mr. Daniel goes, you could have at least said bye tomorrow face to face because she was already starting to accept the fact that she was going back to the DR. But to just leave like that and the mom is trying to have you stay and you just being like, no, I'll talk to her later. Like, come on, bro. Like, man, I'm not going to say what needs to be obvious, what needs to be said because it's already obvious through what happened. But anyway, she gets upset. She was crying and stuff, saying, I just try to love him. But then she gets upset, that sadness turns into anger. And she takes the pot of flowers from Publix and just smashes it on the floor. And I'm just like, who gonna clean this up, Mama? You gonna make your mama, because the mama will always be brooming and mopping around the house. So now your mama gotta clean up this shit because your little tantrum. Not saying that you're not justified or valid for feeling the way you feel, Amara, but you needed to do all that. I'm just like, you want to be a telenovela actress so bad, Amara. Like, why don't you go audition? Because I'm pretty sure they filming right now for whatever is going on those, on the channel. But anywho, Amar, like I said, your daddy ain't shit. You was good without him already, so you'll do fine without him now. Move on to Joy. She brings the crew to do some energy healing thing, majigger. Trina's just like, oh, here we go again. And I'm just like, yep, here we go again, Joy. I don't know why you still trying at this point, yo. No offense, but your cousin a lost cause. Like, I know they all trying to be on their best behavior for Trina, but it's like y'all grown ass people. Like you gonna allow her to make you feel some type of way? If you want to do something or feel, say what you gotta say. You should be able to say what you gotta say because clearly she said what she gotta say. So why can't you say what you gotta say? But anywho, they do this little activity, whatnot, and I'm surprised Trina participated, but she participated, and it seems to go well, I guess. And I guess Joy tried to say something, but Bobby was like, "Shh, I'm trying to meditate." Uh, and Trina seemed like she kind of was able to relax and just release her tense ass muscles. Like I don't know, Raymond, I'm gonna need you to blow Trina's back out because she gonna need some de-stressor. Okay, Raymond, I'm gonna need you to really blow her back out because this girl, And we move on, I guess, to the big scene because this is the scene that I have the most notes on. But the meetup between Marlon, Debbie, Flo, and Gael. First off, to be honest, Gael didn't really need to be there. But I guess she's the one who set up the meeting, so I guess that's probably why she's there. But before I even get into the theatrics of it all, the whole time I'm looking at Gael when they pan over to her with the camera. And I'm just like, she loves this shit. She loves the drama that's unfolding. She's having little smirks on her face, little smiles and stuff. She's like, yes, this is exactly what I wanted. So people can see what a bullshitter Marlon is. In which this is to me feeling like this is confirming that Gael, you done fuck Marlon sometime in the past. I'm just saying. I'm not saying something, but I'm saying something. Okay, so Marlon said he needs to come clean with everyone so he could get Flo back. And I'm just like, I mean, you probably didn't even need to do that because I feel like 9 times out of 10, she probably still with your ass right now. So Debbie explains. Well, Flo says she wants to know what happened. Okay, so Debbie explains the story. And Marlon said, oh, it was a trap he fell for. And I'm just like, what trap, nigga? Like, you decided to do that. From what Debbie's story is, she didn't, pull you and be like, yes, just eat me out. It seemed like she was sitting there and I guess the vibe was good. So that's when you decided to pull her dress up and eat her out on the table, on the picnic table, pool table, whatever it was. So no, she ain't trap you to do shit, nigga. Gabby's just not Gabby, but Debbie. She's like, she's not that type of person. Yes, Debbie, yes, you are. You are that type of person, clearly from what we've seen. And that he's lying and he told her that he missed her. Marlon's keep with this bullshit like it's a typo. Marlon ain't no damn typo. And this one, Debbie gets heated. I don't even know if I should go word for what happened, but I'm gonna try anyway. We got a little bit of time, right? If you're still watching. But Debbie gets heated, and she's like, "Oh, you only got caught because I was a brave enough bitch to tell Gael." And I'm just like, "No, if you was a brave enough bitch, Debbie, you would have told Flo and not Gael, like the next day or right after it happened. So you ain't no brave bitch, ho." Listen, Debbie, I know you're trying to make yourself seem like something worthy to be. No, I thought, first off, second off, Debbie, I thought you didn't even want to be on a TV no more. I thought you wanted to be done with this and move on. But here you are. And I guess you, Gael, and Flo came into cahoots like, we gonna talk to this nigga, all this. I don't know if I should continue all this. I don't think I'm going to do all that. Anywho, listen, it just goes back and forth between all 3 of them, okay? Marlon talking some shit. Debbie's like, okay, you doing this. You said you did it and you fucking around because Flo always be performing and, busy and stuff. And then he admits that, listen, I was in a bad place at the time, so I did what I did. So Flo gets upset, she's just like, but you know who told me though? You know who told me? Like, girl, be careful, be careful. Debbie over here rah-rahing and all that stuff. Like I said, Gaia was the only one who was just so silent and so quiet and just having a smirk on her face. Just like, see what I done did. Look at my work. I'm so proud of my work. So Flo, no, I think before she does the domestic violence, Marlon's just like, listen, I'm just gonna take it for whoever throws it at me. And he didn't say that word for word, I'm just paraphrasing. So Flo was like, oh, for real, you ain't shit. You ain't shit, nigga. Smacks her purse upside his head. Then I guess Debbie gets booked too and tries to throw her purse upside his head. He just goes away. Then we just hear from Flo. So then Marlon over there just standing there having his little drink or whatever, and then Debbie's just like, you see what you're doing right here? You see what you're doing right here? And even few seconds before that, Flo was even just like, you see how you having her embarrassed? Debbie's like, oh yeah, I'm embarrassed. Listen, all this bullshit. First off, Gael, you ain't slick. You look a little trifling to me the way you just sitting there all quiet, just happy with your works, the devil's works done been complete. Not saying that it was her fault because Marlon's the one who cheated and Debbie's the one who willingly cheated with Marlon. But at the same time, Gael, you looking hella shady right now, in my opinion. Flo, listen, these theatrics you doing, listen, because if you still with the nigga, I can't really say nothing to you right now. I can't really be on your side. Debbie, get out of here. Okay, you a mistress, you the side piece, you the side chick. Listen, you trying to redeem yourself in this scene. It's not redeeming it for me. It's really not, because at the end of the day, you did what you did willingly, and you know what, like, girl, bye. Marlon, you ain't shit. But listen, if Flo takes you back, clearly you just keep being not shit because she gonna keep taking your ass back. So, like I said, I'm done with this scene. We move on to Sukihana for her grand opening, and of course, her cousin Isaiah, he's back working there. Had a little bit of a confessional scene. I think this is his first confessional scene, and he just saying hi to all his haters at Popeyes, KFC, and City Trends, because now he working at Good Cats with his cousin, whatever. And Suki lets us know her mama ain't there because she working, and I'm just like, okay, is your mama still your manager at this point? Because from what it seems like, your mama is doing her own thing at this point, not really managing you like she needs to be. So you just need to hire Miami Tip as the full-time manager again, and just continue trying to get this bread. So she does the opening. Kill Bill done pops up, wearing the same color as her coincidentally. Was this planned? Let me find out. Unless Trina called him and was like, okay, Suki wearing pink, so put on some pink, some, baby pink. And who comes in there, professes his love for her for like 2 seconds, and then gets on one knee and proposes again, I assume. I don't know. So, goes to commercial for dramatic effect, comes back, and the friend Trina, I think Trina, she done start crying and saying how much of a good man that Kill Bill is, and how Suki done changed him and shit. And Suki's like, no, don't cry, because then I guess she started crying. Looked like Kill Bill got a little teary-eyed and whatever. And Suki admits that she loves him too. And Kill Bill's like, okay, what you love about me though? So she professes her love for him, and I guess they get back together. They make up and stuff, and have a little dance party outside of the shop, like it's a movie. In the movie when everything gets settled in the end, and then they just all start dancing, and that's when the movie ends. That's exactly what happens here, and that's exactly where this episode ends too. Suki outside dancing with her shoes off and shit, and that's it. Just beautiful black ghetto love. We're gonna have to see what happens next week. What's gonna happen next week for the season finale? Thank goodness. Trey gonna tell us that girls be eating his ass and be having his legs up in the air. Bobby's dad gonna want to know, does Bobby love him because Bobby's dad loves Bobby. All right. Flo's gonna tell her friend that she gonna be getting divorced, but her friend don't believe her. I don't believe her. America don't believe her. Raymond, he gonna get buck with Corey. Finally, Raymond gonna put a little bass in his voice and tell Corey, he ain't on his A game like he needs to be. Okay, and hopefully Corey listens to what a man gotta say other than what Trina gotta say, because we know Trina be just yapping at the mouth sometimes. And Ray J and Princess, they still, doing their shenanigans. What else is new with them? Also, Amara, she gonna passive aggressively break up with Alan and his little tight ass white pants. So that's gonna be another telenovela scene. She coming for the telenovela Oscars, y'all. And then Raymond proposes to Trina. So let's see. We'll see next week. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you still sticking through for these 35 minutes. Thank you very much. See you for the next episode, season finale. Thank the Lord.